I'm going to show you how I did this look. I call it the skipped stencil look. You can do it two different ways. I tore some paper and I will show you how I use that, or you can just stipple on your paint but not put it on the full coverage of the stencil. I use so many products in so many paint colors on the two projects I'm going to show you today. I probably won't get all the products linked in the description box, but please reach out and I will tell you colors. I will tell you the stamp I used from IOD. I think it was Corinthians. I can't say that word, Corinthians. And the stencil from JRV. I have all these products.
We started this a couple of weeks ago and I am going to mess around with it again. We're going to do a layered stencil. Where is it? Oh my word. I'm using this JRV diamond, or you could call it harlequin. I think it's listed as diamond. And I'm gonna just put this randomly in places. I want it to be heavily distressed back, just kind of a faint look. This thing is gonna be like crazy when I'm done. Like I'm gonna do it in neutral colors to stay safe, but it's just so simple and plain. And so I'm gonna layer it, chip it, stencil, maybe even add some transfers. I don't know. This was a roll top desk, super cheap, like put together yourself, and it's not that great of a value, so I'm not gonna like sell it for a lot, so I'm just going wild with it because it needs some love. Let me show you what I took off of it. I made this decision yesterday. This was not rolling beautifully. One reason, because of the paint, okay? But it was never gonna roll beautifully. I could have waxed it and made it happen, but I made a decision to take it off. And probably what I'll do is I'll harvest this and maybe even put it on here for a trim piece. This has a cute little inset that goes in with little drawers and stuff. So now I've made myself more work. I gotta paint the back because that wasn't gonna have to be painted, but anyway, so here, let's go. Right now I've got a layer of weathered wood, which looks black in the jar, but this is like one of my favorite colors, guys. This is one of the staples that I never wanted to buy, but I seen Sweet and Sassy use it, and then I was in love with it. It is the most perfect brown, black, tan. I don't know what color this is, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That's not it inside there, but yeah, see? Weathered wood. So I've got that underneath this, and then it's got letterpress gray. No, gravel road, which is a perfect light gray, totally smooth out. I've got to get some from my other location. So I'm gonna have to repair inside of here because it's gonna show. I may do a whole different color, I don't know. So that's what we got, because when I distress that back, it's gonna show that deep weathered wood, and we're gonna do a little bit of that today. Let's just get going. I'm gonna do, I haven't decided what color I want in my little diamonds. I think I'm gonna go with Skeleton Key. It's a super blue gray, but since I'm doing tons of neutral colors, it'll add some pop of life because it's got some bluish in it instead of all the neutral. So let's get going with that. This is what I use my punch bowl things for. Yes, there's a chance of dropping it on this concrete floor and it breaking, but they wash up really good, and it's just fun to have cute plates and bowls when you're painting if you want that sort of thing. So we're gonna stencil. This is my JRV, the biggest wax brush. There's changing companies. Brushes, I do sell these. They're good, they're gonna be good. But I put a little cup hook in here, you can hang it up. Okay, so let's dip, load and unload. It's the key. And on the wholesale website for the JRV stencils, I texted that I had bought some cheap brushes, stencil brushes, to supplement my JRV brushes. And I was doing a live and I was having a hard time getting coverage. And I was like, what in the heck is going on? Well, when I was cleaning up later, I realized I was using my cheap brushes. So I'm not saying don't ever use cheap brushes, but I'm telling you, I had to do a second coat where I normally don't. It makes a difference, the density of how many. So let's just get going. Yes, perfect choice. I was not sure if this is what I wanted to do. And I'm gonna distress it so heavy. And I don't even think I'm gonna put it over like the whole thing. I'm just gonna randomly put it in spots. And since I'm heavily distressing, I don't care care if it bleeds through because I'm not being careful and doing a thin coat, letting it dry, going back and doing another thin coat. Less is more because I'm so distressing this. But if you don't want it to push up under your stencil and make bleedy looking unsharp lines, focus on dip and unload. Load and unload, that's it. This is gonna be loud. Attack with my kidney stone. Guess what? I had surgery overnight surgery last Monday, a week ago Monday. And I had so trained myself not to bend over that I keep doing squats when I'm doing stuff and I don't have to do that anymore. Because I would activate it sometimes. So I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Stone free. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm pretty good. Let me see how this is looking. Ooh, I like it. I'm not getting total coverage and I don't care. That's kind of what I'm going for. You can use a high density foam roller and carefully barely go over it. But if you push too hard, again, it's safer to use these. Okay. Skeleton key is one I probably wouldn't have used much either because I'm not a blue person that much and it has a really blue tone. Gravel road. But I'm telling you, if you're doing a blended neutral piece, it literally makes everything pop. Good blending and layering one. You'll want it for the depth and the highlight and all that stuff. I want to show you, if I remember at the end, I'll walk you out to my big part of my barn and show you a table. I finished with the, I used some pigment powder, the new making powders, to highlight some of the details of the legs. Oh my gosh, guys, it turned out so good. Haphazard almost, and now this looks too blocky. I could have ripped some paper and stuck up under parts of this and then it would have looked a little bit more natural. Randomly kind of rip it. Okay, that one's done. Let's do that. Let's just do this. I've never done this before. I just think it'll work. So we'll see here in just a second. Yep, it works. So random paper. Okay, done good enough for me. 1 part paint to 10 parts water or even more water in one of these and sprayed it over what you're doing. Oh my gosh, you're missing out. Crinoline over this. A blendy. I'm telling you, I am gonna do some crazy stuff on this. Get your mister bottle, get them at the supply store, the beauty supply store, get them off of Amazon. Black. No, this is actually black velvet. It's a little bit of art. It's my softest black. Did I grab the right one? Hang on, that might be, yeah, black velvet. Looks brown in this light. Okay. You can use this as a blender brush. How you get that layered, blendy look, you cannot do it one step. You gotta do a bunch and walk away. Come back and do a bunch and walk away, and you're gonna be like, this looks like a pile of poop. And then you just keep messing with it, keep blending, keep adding, and you will have a treasure. But you cannot get it in one step. You can't even, I don't personally think, get it in one day. You gotta just go back and back and back. So let me work over here. Just blending that over my stencil. I don't know if you can see where we're going with this. So weatherwood is the base under here. I put gravel road on top, and now I'm just going back with like a cream crinoline and black velvet. Blend, but I'm still letting my pattern show through. And it's reactivating the weatherwood under there. That's the dark spot you're seeing. It's pulling that gravel road back up so that it's showing, and look how it's blending that splotchy kind of, I love it. It's looking good. I mean, if you like this look, if you don't like the crazy textured patterny look, no, you'll be going, get me out of here. I always like to do just a little unexpected. A smidgen of Queen Bee. Just let some drip. Because it's going to be overall a really neutral piece, but it needs some love here and there. Like, I like that. Okay, let me see. So it's super watered down Queen Bee. I'm just kind of letting it run down off my brush. I really like it with these colors. Okay, it's looking good. I mean, it's not, but it's going to get, I can see it's going to get there. I'm at the ugly stage right now. Wet distress, do a little bit of wet distressing. And I do want my wood to show through because the insert piece that goes up in here with drawers and stuff has that wood look, so that'll kind of tie that together because I'm not painting it. It's right there. See? It's got these little drawers and stuff. I hate painting those, so that'll kind of help tie that together, and I may not even sell that part with it. But can you see how the stencil just randomly put on there, not full coverage? Look at the look I'm getting. Do the same technique vertically. Skeleton key, the blue-gray.
I call this a skipped stencil technique, as I'm doing with this torn paper, but you literally can just randomly just stipple parts of the stencil and get the same look. But if you need some more control, just use the paper.
Let's see if I got enough. Got it good enough for me. Don't you like that technique? I think that really works.
This is a live I recorded years ago and just now edited. I do not even have any finished stage pictures of the final project, and I'm sorry. All these projects you see are layered and blended, and I use making powders. I mix the paint in with a whole bunch of water and drip it on, and there's just so many ways to do the DIY paint. You really should try the making powders. They're so inexpensive and they go forever, and they really add to what you're doing.
You can either get a dry brush or take this brush and really dry it off, you know, like that, to kind of make a blending brush.
If you like the layered, chippy, grungy, wet distressed look, you cannot get it one step. You have to do some on it, walk away, come back, and just add and keep on. It's going to look so terrible. You're going to want to light and match to it, but keep going.
It takes longer to sell pieces like this, but if you like it, somebody else will like it. We're not all super unique. There's more of us out there. So now I'm going to take my Queen Bee that's severely diluted already. I may even make this look rusty. This yellow's making me want to do some rusty on it, which means get the Verde wax out, get the pigment powders out. Meaning this probably isn't going to end up neutral by the time I'm done. But look at that. Oh, it's going to be good. Have you guys tried the new making powders yet? They're so good. They mix great with wax. I haven't mixed it with like this. I have mixed it with the big top, works real good. I haven't used them a lot, but guys, that yellow is just making me want to do the rusty. So I'm gonna grab some copper penny. I'm gonna do it, and some Verde wax. Hang on. Okay, never mind. I grabbed the pulp instead of the Verde wax, which would work. Pull party pigment. We'll see how it works with all this water and stuff, and some copper. I'm just seeing a rusty, grungy look with this Harlequin pattern. So, okay. I'm just dipping it in there, and then I'm gonna water it, and let's see what happens. Oh, it's good. Look. Oh yeah, we're getting some rusty looking. 2 years ago, I think I've been a retailer for 2 years, and I painted everything like just really safe. One color and distress it back. That's it. And I started watching all these lives, and I was like, yeah, I'm not ever doing that. And look at me now. It makes you want to do it. Powder here, just because we're gonna. These are so fun, and they're not very expensive. It's like $10.50 for that making powder, $10 to $11, somewhere in there. And oh my goodness, they're so highly pigmented, and it goes forever, I promise. Pool party. It does real good, guys. So now I'm mixing some Queen Bee watered down into that, and I am telling you, I'm gonna try to get you up close. And then once that dries, I'm gonna distress it a little bit so that my weathered wood will even pop through that base color. Okay, so let's go back over here because it's on rollers. Okay. Okay. Looking rusty. You could use fire starter as well instead of the copper patina. I think you could put a drop of this in your water bottle and mist it out too. Can you see how that's making that coppery looking goodness? Mermaid tail and carnival red, okay? He's in the surgery right now. He's actually done. I just can't lift stuff right now for another week. So I used Pool Party and our date night and just kind of intensified with wax. I just dipped my brush in wax and dipped it in those making powders and just kind of intensified this layered, chunky goodness. Isn't she going to be pretty? Inspiration, and let me know if you try this or you have questions on how to try the techniques I did. Thanks.